Have you ever wondered why petrol prices change every week? Why eggs cost more than they did last year? Or even why some people still struggle financially even though they have full-time jobs and stable incomes? The answer only lies in one thing, and that is economics. Let me explain it. Hi loves, I'm T, a soon-to-be triple qualified economics expert and a lifestyle content creator. Welcome to episode 1 of Why You Need Economics in Your Life. I make videos where I blend real life with real knowledge. Today's topic is what is economics, and I promise you it's not just for textbooks, it's about you and your everyday life. So many ways to define economics. And one of the best ways that I love defining economics is that economics is the study of how people, businesses, and governments makes choices about resources, especially when those resources are limited. We can also define it by saying economics is the study of how society manages its scarce resources. The last definition would be economics is the study of how people use their limited resources to try to satisfy unlimited wants. As broad as economics is, there are still few things that we need to consider when we think of economics, and the first one has to be scarcity. Scarcity simply means that our resources are always limited. When we talk about resources, it could be time, money, or data. We simply just don't have enough of everything to satisfy our wants. For example, you can only imagine that you have 20 Rand in your pocket. However, that money cannot buy you both lunch and data. In that case, you would have to choose between the two, and that is because of scarcity. Because we face scarcity, we must make choices, and every choice comes with an opportunity cost. You must be asking yourself, what is an opportunity cost? An opportunity cost is the value of what you give up. Let's make an example by saying you choose to spend your 20 Rand on data instead of airtime. The opportunity cost is the phone call you cannot make. Or if you buy lunch today, the opportunity cost might be delaying saving for those shoes that you particularly want in future. Economic decisions often come down to understanding your wants and needs. A need is something that is essential, such as food or rent. A want is something that is nice to have, such as a pair of Jordans or 1 gigabyte of Instagram-only data. When money is tight, knowing the difference helps us spend wisely. Just to have a quick recap, scarcity means limited resources. Choices mean we can't have it all. Every choice has an opportunity cost, and we need to learn to separate wants from needs to make smart money moves. What is microeconomics? Microeconomics looks at how individuals and businesses make decisions. Just like how you decide to spend money on data or Uber Eats, or a small business sets its prices. It's all about choices, money, and behavior on a personal level. We then have something called macroeconomics. Macroeconomics takes a step back and looks at the bigger picture. It studies the economy as a whole, and it involves factors such as inflation, unemployment, interest rates, and government spending. Ever wondered why the cost of living keeps going up? That's a macroeconomic indicator. Demand and supply is one of the most important ideas in economics. Demand is how badly people want something, and supply is how much of it is available in the economy. For example, if a new sneaker can drop and it is limited, everyone will want it and the price will go up. That's high demand plus low supply. We also have something that we call incentives, and incentives are meant to motivate people. So in most cases, we say incentives are what pushes people to act in a certain way. So therefore, we can simply say a sale is an incentive to shop, a bonus is an incentive to work harder. I'm pretty sure you're wondering, why does it matter to actually understand macroeconomics and microeconomics, including concepts such as supply, demand, as well as opportunity costs, and incentives. In my opinion, it helps you make smarter decisions each and every day. Whether you are buying sneakers, budgeting on your monthly basis, or trying to understand why interest rates just went up, economics is literally everywhere. Okay, let's keep it simple by making real life examples. In macroeconomics, it's all about you, how you decide to spend money, or how a Kasi Spaza shop sets its prices. In macroeconomics, it's the bigger picture, like why petrol prices keeps getting expensive or how inflation affects the entire country. Think of it like this. When we say micro, we say individual choices. However, when you say macro, we are referring to the whole economy. If you do own a car, or if your parents own cars, you have probably noticed that petrol has gone up again. I'm sure you're asking yourself, but why? It's actually a macro issue. The price of the petrol depends on the global oil supply, the rand versus the dollar exchange rates, and even government fuel taxes. When the petrol goes up, so does everything else, including food, transport, even delivery fees. That is inflation in action. We can also talk about something that is very relatable to many South Africans, which is Eskom. When we don't have electricity, people can't work, businesses lose money, and the whole economy slows down. That's a macro problem. That will eventually tackle you down because maybe you will miss an online class, or your small business cannot operate, or you just cannot charge your phone at all. When productivity drops, we lose money. If you are a student and you are relying on allowances, you will definitely be able to relate to this. Grocery prices are insanely wild right now because why is bread 18 rand? Why are eggs acting rich? That is food inflation and it is real. Therefore, when it costs more to produce food because of petrol, electricity, or imports, the prices will go up. And in this case, it will not matter where you normally buy your groceries. It could be your Woolworths, your Checkers or Pick n Pay, or at any local street vendor. It is inflation and it hits low-income families the hardest. I'm pretty sure that you've seen it on the news that nurses, taxi drivers, and teachers are striking for higher wages. It's not just noise. If the prices go up, salaries stay the same and people can barely survive. So workers strike because their real income is shrinking, and it's not just a salary fight, it's an economic survivor. Here's a quick one. If there is a new limited edition of sneaker drop and everyone wants it, but there's only 50 pairs that were produced, that's high demand and low supply. The price will go up. That's the same with avocados during winter or chicken when there's shortage. It's basic economics, but we see it all the time. When it comes to opportunity cost, you say that you have 200 rand, which you could either use to buy a lunch at Nando's or save it towards a new hoodie. Whichever you don't choose, that's your opportunity cost. We all make these choices daily, knowing that the cost of your choice helps you to spend smarter. Have you ever also just bought something just because it was on sale, not because you really needed it? Or just because you just joined a loyalty program for rewards? That's an incentive. Economy studies what motivates people. Lower petrol prices means more people will drive. Higher interest on savings, meaning more people will be willing to save. This is the reason why everything matters. This isn't just school stuff. Economics is your everyday life. How much groceries cost, whether you can work during load shedding, what you choose to buy, and even why people take it to the streets. It's all connected, and understanding it is power. This comes down to exactly one thing. Even when we complain about how things are so expensive on a daily basis, we're actually talking about inflation cost of living, and real world economics without realizing. In all honesty, you don't have to be a business owner or a politician to care about economics. If you use money, if you vote, and if you buy anything, then you are part of the economy. Economics truly benefits everyone because it helps you make better decisions. It also helps you understand the world, and it makes you less frustrated with things you can't control. Today we learned that economics is basically about choices, scarcity, and the world works behind the scenes, from the price of bread to the job market. And if this video made economics less scary and more useful, then please give this video a thumbs up. Please do not forget to subscribe for more Smart Girl Economics, and I will be uploading more videos regarding economics, inflation, and budgeting 101 for students. So if you do have any questions regarding economics, please do not hesitate to drop a comment below and I might answer it in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in until this far. I love you guys and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.